What's going on, everybody? My name is Danny Ferrari.
My name is Parker Ament.
We are Excellent Sound, and today we're going to be showing you guys how to make this new Dillon Francis and Alison Wonderland track called Lost My Mind. Wow.
Woo! You lost it there.
That was
for a
the
little
sickest
bit.
intro
Whoa.
ever. What's going on, everybody?
How you guys doing?
We are Excellent Sound. We are at XLNTSOUND. We are coming at you live. It's been a while.
It's been a while, dude.
Been a freaking minute. A lot of stuff to go over. We're going to be going over, showing you guys how to make two sounds from this song right here. Giving away the presets for what, Parker?
For
free.
free.
There you go.
There we go.
Absolutely free. 2 presets, 2 racks, down in the description right now. If you want to go get it, go grab it, get your shit and leave. Just let us know you did so.
Yes.
And if you guys are here, if you could give us a nice saturated subscription. If you're new, if you haven't subscribed yet.
Satch it up.
Or a comment or a like if you've been here for a minute.
Drop some love.
Other things in the download description below, in the description below are our links to our Discord. You are welcome to come in and hang out. Patreon, which I'll talk about later. And what else do we put in there? Our socials and all that bullshit.
We got all of our other free downloads for all of our other videos as well.
Yeah, we need some goddamn subscribers, for fuck's sake.
What's going on?
YouTube took away, what's her name? Stacey Hamilton, the YouTube CEO, took away our recommended channels.
Was it Stacy?
Recommended?
Yeah, relevant.
Stacey Hernandez, give us back our relative channel, CEO of YouTube. We don't know what happened, guys.
We're
We need you
super
to
relevant, guys.
We're super relevant.
I don't know what's going on.
Look at my-
Stacy's got to get her shit together.
I got the nipple headphones on. Bacon in the back. Say what's up.
Beautiful.
Shout out. We're all sick, by the way. We're
Yeah.
in full quarantine.
Super nasal.
I'm not going to talk too much, but a couple things that we saw. We did a couple little kind of quick tutorials. We're going to try to do a little bit faster on this one, but we are going to have shorter, smaller, bite-sized stuff on just specific sounds.
Snack size.
You guys seem to like that, but we're also going to keep our original flow. And what we do here at Excellent Sound is we remake the entire fucking
Not
drop.
just one sound.
Nope.
The whole fucking thing.
The whole fucking thing. I'm going to go over some of the elements right now. The 2 sounds that we are giving away for absolutely free at $99 is the main bass, which sounds like this when soloed. Woo!
Heavy.
That sounds like really popular right now.
Oh, yeah,
that
it is.
style bass. Why do I keep fixing my hats? Because I got
Dude,
goddamn
you gotta
headphones
tighten
on.
This,
I
tighten this
haven't.
shit
No,
up.
I want it
Look
forward,
at that.
dude.
Oh, dude. Some fucking
Fuck
Star
yeah,
Trek
dude.
action,
What's
dude.
up, bro? Look like Data from Star Trek. Shout out my dad in Star Trek. Yeah, so we're going to show you guys how to make that bass. And then also this little barky feel that sounds like this. Kind of a cool little instrument. Could be a drop instrument too, I think.
Oh, for sure.
And then it goes like this. Some of the elements that we are using is, like I said before, and Parker also reiterated, that we remake everything of the drop. It is all our own original content that we have remade.
Exactly.
In that sense, we are teaching you guys how to do this stuff, so hopefully you get something from it. It is a Dillon Francis and Alison Wonderland track, so go give them some love. This song is awesome. I always want to support them too, for all the people that are making the songs for us to be able to break down and learn from people that we look up to.
Yeah, Dillon Francis is dropping some fire.
Dillon Francis, I love you. I love you. That's it, dude.
That's it.
That's it, bro.
The end.
And I like Alison Wonderland too, but I love Dillon Francis.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
He's hilarious.
Yeah. I think he's an excellent fan. Hopefully. We'll see.
I think so.
Okay. If you're watching Dillon, just let us know, dude.
Just drop it in the comments.
Drop it in the comments. Okay, so a couple elements here. We remade this kick. It sounds like this. I'll give you the kick and the snare. Snare I'm super stoked on. Woo! Woo! And we do our best to make it like exact as possible. So this kick and this snare and all the samples that are being used here in this will be available in the project file download for our Patreon members. If you guys want to go check out our Patreon, again, it's in the download description below. What we do is after we do a remake, we put that remake on our YouTube tiers, one option that we have. There's a bunch of tiers like Mystery Loot and VIP and all sorts of stuff. But if you want the Signature Series samples and the project file that's used right here, you can go to our Patreon and you can subscribe to that, and you will get all the project files from that month leading forward, and so forth and so forth and so forth. But yeah, all the samples now are going all straight to Patreon. So if you guys want to get them and you want to get the project file, just go there. We'll try to break it down as best we can.
really cool tier. And also, you know, we're going to be doing some specials where we do some older videos as well, just throwing them in there here and there. So be on the lookout for that.
Exactly.
And if you're already subscribed, then you're going to be getting those automatically.
Exactly. Thanks, Parks.
You're welcome.
A couple other elements here is there's some other presets that we have there will be for the Patreon too, but they're pretty basic. There's like these big chords, which I'll kind of just briefly go over. There's a chord stab. Really nice chord stab. There's some noise, which I'll get into later. Some other drum elements that are being used here. I'm going to go ahead and solo these. I'm using some of our packs. And if you guys like this style of music, I recommend you guys pick up Cartel.
Cartel for sure.
Cartel is a hybrid trap and future bass pack that we sell on our website. It's on sale right now for $49.99.
Yes, it is.
And we have a good announcement. We already announced it before, but Cartel Volume 2, we will be giving you guys a release date for that, and a pre-sale will be going up shortly. Our biggest hit, Dillon Francis has it. There, I just fucking said it.
Oh, there it is.
Yep, Dillon Francis has it.
Secret's out.
Yeah, so there's some crashes actually from Rhythm Riot, another great pack that you guys probably want. A couple fills I'm using from Future Bass. These are all samples that we've made from the past and just kind of layering it and just kind of replicating it. Yeah, and there's a couple little like vocal elements that are happening here. It's going like, hey! And then other than that, there's a sub, which I'll kind of briefly go over. This sub bass. I went ahead and included the preset in here, which is pretty much how it was made. I just freezed and flattened it because there was some weird sidechaining thing that was happening. But that's in the project file if you go ahead and get that. But I think without further ado, I think we should get into it. What do you say, Parks?
Let's jump right in.
All right, so let's get that. Let's do that bark sound first.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and shift Command T to make a new MIDI track. Let's fucking do this. It's been a while. Sorry we took a little break. A lot of things kind of happening on a vacation.
We had NAMM.
We had NAMM. Oh yeah.
NAMM was
Talk
super
about
sick.
NAMM while I get this set up.
NAMM was super fun. We met with a bunch of fans.
That was fucking awesome.
Which was super cool. We never get to like play out in the wild with our fans.
Yeah.
You know, and that was really cool.
That sounds aggressive.
Oh, dude, super aggressive.
Yeah, dude, we got real close. With our
yeah,
fans.
we saw some cool gear. We met with some really cool people. Had some sick meetings. We met Steve Duda.
Oh yeah, we talked to Duda.
Do the do.
We talked to him. Hopefully,
he was super awesome.
Yeah, he was saying something about he's seeing the channel. So Steve Duda, thank you for watching.
Yeah, man.
And shout out to you. I mean, we already told him basically just how much we appreciated him.
Yeah, man.
Keep telling him what else happened.
What else? We went to some after parties. We actually have a bunch of like really secret new stuff that's about to come out.
We got a lot of,
which is very exciting. So that's why we haven't been kind of doing our weekly videos.
Yeah,
we've been pretty close, but we haven't been streaming. So
right, streaming's been a minute, but
this is really fun to do. We're really excited to be back.
We're gonna pick it up because we're gonna pick a day. We're gonna do a bunch of the shorter videos and have a lot more content for you guys coming soon.
Exactly, short and long.
All right, so let's go ahead. The fill lead. I went ahead and copied down the MIDI and the pitch bend, and it sounds like this. It's kind of sick.
Fat.
I'm going to go ahead and copy down the audio effect rack. I will give you guys some recommendation if you guys are in Logic or FL, and help each other out. Go in our Discord. If you guys remake this, go ahead and post it, I guess, in the YouTube comments or in the live stream. Just go ahead and post it to help people that don't have the same Ableton audio effect racks as us. So let's try to get it a good community here so everybody can learn, not just from Ableton, you know?
Yeah, in our Discord, we have an effects rack channel. So you guys can just jump right in there and share away.
Exactly. Okay, so let's go into this. I'm going to turn off the processing for right now. We're just going to start from scratch. So first things first, we're going to start with a basic shape on oscillator A, and it's going to be a sine wave. The octave is going to be set to -1. When I heard this sound, it sounded very familiar of a reminiscent of some of the older like trap songs that I kind of used to make. It's kind of like this almost like Brillsy kind of low pass filter kind of opening up and shutting really fast.
Yeah.
And kind of a little bit of pitchy. So that's how I kind of got this sound, at least for that. So oscillator A is going to be basic shapes. We're going to go ahead and set the unison to 7. We're also going to put the detune up to 0.35.
Yep.
And we're going to turn the level all the way up. And then we're also going to use, for the warping, we're going to use FM from B. And we're going to turn that knob up to about
30 sevs.
30 sevs. And then next, let's go ahead and get into oscillator B so we can get some actual sound going. So oscillator B is also going to be analog basic shapes. Looks like this. Octave's going to be set to 0. We're going to put this at 5 waves of unison as well. Oh, sorry, not as well, but 5 waves of unison. Leave the detune where it's at. Blend is good. Phase is good. Random all the way up. Wavetable position, we're going to go to a pulse width wave, which is essentially a it's a square wave kind of nudged over. It's just like a little bit more nasally, I would say. And then the level is also going to be all the way up. It's going to sound like this. It's like now it's like ravey.
Yeah. 90s rave.
Yeah. Okay. That's looking good. Let's go ahead and let's mess with the envelope 1 real quick. So envelope 1 is going to be kind of like a shape kind of like this. I guess I should give you exact numbers. Attack is 0.5. Hold is all the way down. Decay is at 676 milliseconds. If you want to get it exact, you can't really. I don't think you could probably type it, but I'm going to talk to Duda about that the whole time. Steve,
dude,
let's talk about it, dude. Why can't I type and click stuff anymore?
Yeah, what's going on?
I don't know. Whatever. Okay, sustain is going to be at minus 3 dB or so. Minus 3.5. Sure, that works.
Yeah. And
then release at 290 milliseconds. 290. Or 300. We'll get close. 280. That works. Nice. Okay. Next, we're going to go ahead and build an LFO. It's going to look a little like this. Like that.
That's a little ramp.
Little ramper. And that's going to be set to trigger. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Envelope. And that's going to be set to eighths. And then this is going to go on some tuning. We'll do that later. Okay. And then I think we have envelope 2 is doing something. What's envelope 2 look like, Parks? Envelope 2. Thanks, bud. Envelope 2 is going to be like this. Probably. Nope. I should do it how I'm supposed to do it. Okay. Attack at 28 milliseconds. Cool. Hold all the way down. Decay at 746 milliseconds. 767, that works. And then sustain all the way down. And then the release is going to be at 0 milliseconds. Now, what we're going to do with this is going to create that kind of like plucky, what I was talking about, that low pass filter. We're going to put it on an MG low 12. And we're also going to put envelope 2 on the cutoff, and it's going to go back and forth, which is bipolar. I'm going to go ahead and, if you don't know how to do that, if you already moved your cutoff knob, just Shift Option or Shift Windows or Shift Alt or whatever it is on PC. Still don't know. Still don't care. I'm going to pull down the cutoff now at 78 hertz. It should be sounding like this. I want to make sure both A and B are going to it. I'm going to pull up the resonance almost to noon, like 44%. Cool. That's looking pretty good. Am I good, Parker? I'm good on this page, right?
You could probably move the cutoff a little
bit more?
Yeah, like 167s.
167s? Parker says
like
167s. 167 hertz.
Yeah.
There we go.
Open it up a little.
Open it up a little bit more. Oh, yeah. What is the light at? Is that all the way? Is that at 100? It's at 78. So 78. This needs to be at 78. I blew it. Let's go. Trying to go fast. Nice. Okay. Next, let's get into the effects. I'm going to go ahead and load it because I got it preloaded for you guys. Menu.
Load it up.
Load effect chain.
Look at all those beautiful effects right there.
Oh, yeah, dude. Ready to go. Bam. Load that pup. All right, we'll go one by one. So first, we have a hyperdimension with the rate set at 40%, detune at 25%, unison at 4%, and mix at 38%. Dimension size all the way down, and mix at 32%. Makes it a little bit more wider. Sounds like this. Okay, next is the tube distortion. This is going to do a lot. It's a very heavily distorted sound. Sounds like this. Tube. Drive all the way up and mix at 73%. And that's really doing a lot. Next, we're going to go ahead and add the reverb filter. Reverb filters and miscellaneous. Set the cutoff to 42 hertz. Resonance at 79. Drive all the way down. Damp all the way down. Pan at 50. And the mix at 21. That's kind of creating it a little bit more... I always say metallic-y. Fuck, I don't know. Give me another fucking adjective to use besides metallic-y, but that's what it does. Next, I went ahead and added an extra EQ here because me and Parker were listening to it, and it was just felt like it wasn't as tight.
Yeah, it was the high end was a little loose.
Right. And so like basically you need to understand that like the routing of stuff, how it's kind of working is like it's going into here first on this page. It's going into this filter. And then when we're adding effects, that's going to be bringing in highs and other things like that too. So it's always okay to add the same filter again. That's just my thought process on it, as I wanted to get everything to be kind of affected and then add the pluck again.
Yeah.
Just to kind of re-enhance it a little bit. So on this, you're going to go ahead and do a low cut right here. What is this? Low cut, high cut? What am I doing, Parker?
High cut.
High cut. Cut the highs. And then we're going to go ahead and the frequency is going to be set to 1011. Sorry, we're all sick here in quarantine.
Yeah.
So our brains are barely working.
Nasalified.
We all, me and Parker were kissing, and he got me
made
sick.
out a little bit.
It's made out a little bit.
Just once.
Just see how it felt. Yeah. Shift Option click to make it go both ways, kind of like me and Parker. Oh, I just messed up. What is this at, Parker?
This is at 1011.
1011. That's a Biodome joke. Shut up, Biodome. I've said that joke before, though. 1020, whatever.
Yeah.
Frequency, or sorry, turn the LFO or the envelope up to 70 toots.
Perfect.
Sevs toots. There we go. Now you can hear that bar. Nice. Okay. And then lastly, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and get into the matrix, and we're going to add LFO1 right here to the master tune.
Master tune.
Master tune. And it's going bipolar, right? Whatever. Yep. Bipolar.
Yep.
Not unipolar. Going both ways. Kind of like, yeah, you get it.
You guys get it.
And set this to 9. So turn it up to 9 so it gets a little pitchy. I want to turn the automation on too. Oh, okay. So there's another thing that we have to do, and I did another pitch bend. So that's pretty much it. But let's get into the effects processing now that we got that. So another thing that's happening is we have this pitch bend that's kind of moving down. I tried to get it to do it, and it didn't. So I'm going to go ahead. Your thing's been kind of weird with automation.
I know, dude.
Oh, here it is. Pitch bend. Bam. So this pitch bend, I want to match this. This is going down 2 semitones. So it goes bow, 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 bow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and touch the pitch bend knob in SERUM like so. Oops, you guys can't see that. So I just touch this, and it should open up a new automation lane, but it's not doing that. Right, Parker?
Oh, yeah, you have to...
There's something weird that's happening, so I have to find it myself. So
yeah.
SERUM, and then show all automated parameters. Why is it doing that?
You could do it like the super manual way. Or, yeah, try that.
Oh, yeah, you're right. I could just do it this way. I'm going to hit... This is another way if Ableton's being weird. I'm going to touch that. Does that work?
And then
there we go.
Yeah.
And that's pitch bending down to semitones. So you could set that here.
That's some old school Ableton stuff.
Old
guys.
school Ableton automation. There's tons of ways to do. That's the great thing about DAWs is there's a million different ways to do a million different things. You know? I think I said that right.
Exactly.
Nice. Okay, great. So that sounds pretty good. Let's go ahead and get into the processing. It's really simple processing. The rack is in there. It's pretty much like a standard processing that we do on all our sounds. If you guys don't have the excellent Fat Rack, I recommend you guys go get that. Go watch the video, and we explain a little bit more about processing. It's how to get Virtual Riot's Fat Rack. He's there with big cheeseburgers and French fries.
It's easy, guys. Just go download it.
Just go download it. It's totally free. Go watch that video. It's got like a ton of plays on it. But this is just like an even more simpler rack. Basically, all it is saturation, OTT, and EQ. That's not really doing anything. So with this one, I have the drive at 4.57. I just turned it up on analog clip. This is pretty stock. I did turn the bass down to minus 3.43. I was trying to add in a little bit more low, and was my thought process behind it. So. I don't know if you can tell, but there's a little bit more low end. After that, go ahead and add an OTT, and go ahead and just kind of pull up the highs and mids and lows a little bit, and then turn the amount down to 63%. And then always, when you add an OTT, if you don't want low end, you're going to have to cut it out, because bringing any sort of compression or multiband, is especially OTT when it's really heavy, is going to bring in back low end frequencies. So a lot of times you can EQ before and after. When people ask, When do you EQ, after or before compressor? Well, it really just depends.
It always depends.
And if you're thinking too hard about it, you probably shouldn't be using a compressor at all.
Yep.
Right? Because nobody knows how a compressor works.
Throw it out the window.
Not even Steve Duda.
Nope.
Nobody knows what it does.
We asked him.
He said, hey, Steve Duda, do you know what a compressor does?
Nope.
There you go. Thank you for being Steve Duda in that
I know.
recreation. And then I just have a low cut at 116 hertz. Sounds fantastic. I'm going to go ahead and lower the volume so it's a little bit more in the mix. Perfect. All right, now we're kicking ass. Let's go ahead and get into the main bass.
The main boss.
The main bass. Again, don't forget that we are coming out with Cartel Volume 2, our most successful pack of all time, hybrid trap and future bass, coming to a store near you online.
V2.
Online.
Let's fucking go.
Pre-sale will probably be announced next week, so get ready. It's going to be the best one. Yeah. Monster truck. Okay, anyway, I'm going to go ahead. I'm just going to duplicate
I
this.
say monster drink.
Monster drink. Monster energy?
Chad.
Okay, I'm going to make this one red. So, I'm going to turn this one off. I'm going to go ahead and turn off the processing, and I'm going to go ahead and initialize the preset. Now, this is a very interesting sound. We got it like pretty close, but then there was like a couple things that we just felt like we were missing. So it's like, it's a really simple sound to make, but to recreate it, to be exact, was really difficult. You can make this sound and change it any different way. It's going to sound cool, pretty much is what I'm trying to say.
Totally.
So I'm going to initialize it. It should be sounding like this now. And just so you guys have forewarning, I have a little bit of processing on the bus. I'm not really doing much, but I just have a little bit of highs cut out and some glue compression going on. But that's it, people. Now, let's get into this. So, one thing about this sound that I really liked a lot was the width of this bass. Now, there is a sub layer, which I will go over after this just real quick, but the main meat and potatoes or the guts of this sound is this right here. So, I'm going to go ahead and turn off the processing. And let's go, oops, that's the wrong one. I'm going to go ahead and open up SERUM, and we have it initialized, so let's get started. So first things first, we're going to go to oscillator A, and we're going to go analog, and we're going to go basic shops right there. And we're going to set this to a triangle wave. We're going to put it down to -3 octave. I don't know why. Sometimes we do them lower or higher. It doesn't really matter. You can just change the octave in MIDI, but just do it for the sake of doing it -3. It's just like a really nice. It's like a sine wave with just more harmonics.
Yeah.
Triangle waves are awesome.
We love triangles.
Shout out triangle waves. Shout out triangle wave in the comment.
Yeah.
Shout out your favorite wavetable in the comments. That'd be kind of cool.
Oh, I like that too.
You know what?
No,
Shout out
no custom ones, guys.
Yeah, no custom. Well, no. Yeah. Let's go stock.
Yeah, let's go stock.
Shout out your favorite stock SERUM wavetable and why in the comments, because somebody might be like, oh, cool, I want to try that.
Yeah, we'll put our comments in there too.
Yeah, mine's triangle.
I like triangle too.
Yeah. All right, 2 triangles. Anybody else? All right, basic shapes. We're going to turn the level down. Triangle, we're going to turn it down to what, Parker? I got something in my eye.
51.
51. Sounds like this. Actually, it's not going to do anything. Okay, next, going to go ahead and initialize the noise oscillator, and we're going to use analog J60. There's some noise in the sound. We're going to get, oh, wait, it's not doing anything, huh?
Not yet. Or yeah,
it's at 2%.
Yeah.
2%. Bam.
We're playing with it.
And then pitch at what? 61.
Yep.
This sound is just basically all distortion. Let's hear how it sounds right now. Nice. Okay. Nothing special going on. Next, let's go ahead and get into the effects. It's all effects, really. It's all processing for a sound like this. It's a lot of like the mid-tempo stuff is made the same type of way where it's just like a shit ton of processing. So I'm going to go ahead and load my effect chain. And bass, I lost my mind. Bam. I'm going to go ahead and turn these off. So first thing I did, so when you hear this song, the original song, the bass is like so like up front and wide. It's like hitting you in the chest and it's super wide. And that was the hardest part about the sound, was getting that like kind of width to this bass.
Totally.
A lot of you guys probably have that issue when you're making your own songs. Well, how do I make stuff wider? I'll tell you some of the things that we tried that didn't work in this case.
Yeah.
There's a lot of different methods. Parker and I were just kind of grinding it out before doing the video.
Yeah, we're just trying to get creative and just try to figure it out.
And I found a way that worked in this instance, but we were trying a bunch of different things, and Parker will probably recommend some stuff too, because he's a
totally
audio engineer nut. Okay, so first thing we have is a hyperdimension. So, wait, can I do this? Oh, okay.
Hyperdimension.
Hyperdimension, set the rate to 40%, detune to 30, unison to 4, and mix to 37s. Size all the way down on the dimension, and mix to 17. It should be sounding like this. Let's go ahead and solo it. Just kind of trying to put it out in the sides. Now, you can't put it too much on this sound because it'll start to sound super phasey.
Yeah.
Because it's just a triangle wave. So I was trying to get the distortion right, and we just couldn't get it. We're trying all these different distortions, and what we figured out was OTT has like this nice digital distortion when you push it like crazy. So first thing before I do that, I'm going to turn the master volume down to 34%. So
the shit out of it.
Basically, I'm trying to break SERUM. And this is where, like, out of the box, I mean, it's not really that out of the box, but just, like, thinking-wise, like, trying to get your sound, trying to be more creative with your sounds and using the tools rather than just, like, doing the standard steps that we all do, how to make a sound. So, like, in this case, I just go ahead and put on the multiband. Thresholds at 12, minus 12.2, ratio is at 4/1, attacks at 90, release is at 90, and the gain is all the way up at 30.1 dB, mix all the way up. So it's compressing the living shit out of it. Pretty cool, right? We're getting distortion. We're not clipping, but we're getting distortion from this OTT. We're just really pushing it, but it's not, it's crushing it, right?
Yeah, super crushed.
I've tried, I'm having a real hard time with these headphones, bro.
Jesus Christ.
Put my hat on backwards. I look like AC Slater.
Oh,
all right.
Nice. There it is.
Sick. Okay, so yeah, lost my train of thought. I got really frustrated right there. I'm sorry.
Digital clipping.
Digital clipping.
Digital
essentially.
clipping.
Yeah. So we were getting that, and it sounded really good. It sounded like crisp, but I knew that it needed a lot more sizzle, right? We're looking for that sizzle.
Some sauce.
I did try making a sound once where I literally just tried to clip SERUM as bad as I could just to see what would happen.
Yeah.
And I didn't get anywhere, but I was getting like some type of things that were like kind of cool. And that's what I'm saying is like when you're sound designing, like to come up with your own original sound, which we will probably do a video on that. Stay tuned, probably soon. How to get your own original sound.
For sure.
It's just like you need to think like I'm not just going to use the normal things that I am told to use. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, like try to get creative. Like how can I break SERUM and make it sound cool, basically. I was like, how can I break SERUM? And I just kind of played around. Now, I didn't come up with anything cool, but I will eventually. There's something in there.
Totally.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And don't steal my idea. Anyway, next, distortion is going to be Linfold. This is like one of my favorite distortions in here. This one's really cool. Shout out your favorite distortion in SERUM down below, or if you have any other good distortion plugins besides Trash and Decimator. That's another good one.
Yeah, Decimator.
Those are third party. But if you guys like certain distortions, I'd like to hear your comments, or in the live stream, like just let us know. Let us know what you guys think, because I'm looking for a really good distortion plugin. Okay, so Linfold is a really cool distortion because it's kind of like a wave shaper, which we're going to be doing essentially in the processing. So Linfold drive is going to be at 84%, and the mix is going to be at 53. Sounds like this. Just a little bit more crisp. Now, in the original, I was hearing a specific frequency band that just sounded like the saturation was there, and I could have just probably used FabFilter's Saturn and just saturated that frequency band, but I'm trying to keep it all third party for you guys. So if you enable an EQ and you boost this frequency at 192 hertz, Q at 42, and gain at 19 dB, and then have another notch over here at the high end at 6,366 hertz, Q at 30%, and gain at 6.5, it should sound like this. It's just kind of bringing out that specific frequency band a lot louder. I mean, this is sound design. Sound design a lot of times is just like boosting the shit out of certain EQ frequency bands.
I mean, and 19 dB is crazy.
Yeah.
You know?
I was doing it on the EQ, and you're like, no, dude.
Yeah.
But you were right. But I was like,
but no,
fuck it.
You changed to the SERUM EQ.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, instead of 8.
So that's sounding pretty close so far, but let's get into processing and really take this thing over the top. So, pun intended. So I'm going to go ahead and enable the audio effect rack. I'm going to go one by one. A lot of OTTs. We'll get into that. A lot of this, a lot of that, a lot of this. Okay. Okay.
Nice.
Saturator. Okay, so Saturator has this wave shaper thing. Now, the thing is that you got to know this. You might not know this. I don't know. This might seem simple to some of you guys, but I didn't know this for a long time. So when you hit this arrow, it opens up the saturation. You get more options. And these options right here, drive, curve, depth, these only show up, I believe, for wave shaper on Saturator. So it's important that you know that you have to have this open to mess with it, to play around with it. And that's what kind of creates this like curve right here. If I change this, it kind of creates more different options. And this is like the saturation, essentially like a linfold distortion. I'm going to go and undo that. But right now, go ahead and put it on wave shaper. Make sure DC color is on and soft clip, which is the limiter built inside. And I turned the drive up to 26.3 dB. I turned the bass down to minus 9.14. Frequencies at 231. That same frequency band that I'm trying to saturate that I was talking about. The kind of low mids. Trying to saturate that more. Width at 48. Depth at minus 19.8. And then all these right here. So drive on this end is 100%. Curve is 60, depth is at 44.5, and Lin is at 50. That's it, Linfold I was talking about. Now, if I change this to digital clip, these options aren't there. It's only available for wave shaper, which is kind of cool. So make sure the dry wet's at 15% because it's going to sound crazy. It's going to sound like this. That's that more sizzle. That's what I'm talking about.
Get that sizzle in there.
Next, after that, I added a saturator. Saturator, again, I'm doing some crazy stuff. I put on medium curve, and I put the drive all the way up to 36 dB. Bass at minus 3.43. Frequency, this is a little more top end at 3.81. Width at 30%. Depth at 0. Dry wet at 15.9 and soft clip on so we don't clip. Nice. Now it's getting nasty.
Now it's getting real nasty.
Bring that top end back in. Next, I added an EQ. This is where the EQ of Parker I got in trouble with Parker because I was boosting this frequency. I thought it sounded good, but you're right. It needed to be dialed back.
Yeah, you were about at like 19 dB.
Right. I cut the lows here at 86.6, and I boosted this frequency band at 8.66 kilohertz. It's that sizzle. Very nice.
Yeah.
After that, we have a amp. Which is just a stock Ableton plugin. If you guys don't have Ableton, what was it? Which you use for saturator?
Get
Ableton. No. Yeah, you can do a lot of different type of saturation. Softtube has a lot of free saturators. That's who makes
Softtube, yeah.
a lot of these plugins. So I think you can get a bunch of free Softtube saturators if you go to their website and you do some bullshit quiz, which is kind of fucking annoying.
Does Isotope
Just
have
give it to
a free distortion too?
I don't know if Isotope does.
It's not trash, but it's like a
or if you have
one knobber.
Sausage fattener, but it's not a specific freak. Well, you have that color knob, which is kind of, I believe, changing.
There's Omicide.
Yeah, Omicide's sick. Yeah, that's
Omicide.
That's an OG Skrillex
Yep.
plugin. That's another saturation band thing. But you can also just use your saturator in your DAW. You know, I'm sure like FL has a good saturator. Just find those frequency bands that I'm referring to.
They have that like rainbow saturator, right, or something.
I don't know what it's called.
Yeah.
Citrus or something. I'm gonna move this over just a smidge. There we go.
All the fruit.
All the fruit. Okay, so Amp, a great Softtube plugin that's free in Ableton and should be probably free on the website, but it's just like a guitar amp emulator that sounds like absolute dog shit on guitar, but put it on synth, it sounds fucking awesome.
Exactly.
Always the bass one. I always end up going with this. Parker we tried Clean. You recommended that. It sounded pretty good, but
yeah.
I was like, let's
just
try
need
bass.
A little bit more grit.
Yeah, so bass really got it there. Gain at 5.87, bass at 5, middle at 6.35, treble at 5.16, presence at 5, and dry wet at 46.8. Sounds like this. Woo! And then pretty much what we got here now is an insane amount of OTT. So I'm going to go ahead and go through these one by one. Do you still have more frames to move over, Beka? It's on me? Okay. So I'm going to move this over. Oop, just a little bit back here. Okay, cool. OTT, highs, mids, pulled up. No lows, really. So, yeah, I got the highs pulled up. Look at me, look like that. 100%. And I turn this time all the way up because it gives it that OTT little artifact at the end, which I really like, but it wasn't really sounding that good. So I went ahead and just did that. And then what I did was like, oh, I need more. So I did another one. And I listened to it. I was like, all right, that's getting there. I turned it's duplicated. It's the same exact thing. And then I was like, you know what? Why not do one more?
Why not?
This one's a little bit different. This is your call. We were like trying to
this was
multi-band the mids a little bit more. The only thing, I forgot to mention those other OTTs. Let me go backwards a little bit. The mids are pulled down to 5.7. So I did change that right here. So make sure you guys do that. 5.7, not like 10.3. I think that's what it is stock, but I don't remember. Okay, so in the last OTT, I pulled up the mids here, just like so. Time 100%, dry wet. Amount at 100% too. Sounds like this. So hell yeah. A lot of low ends coming in. So what I did is I added an EQ. And again, I just kind of, you could do this with any EQ, doesn't really matter. 177 hertz, cut the low end out. Anywhere around there is fine, guys. Just use your ear until it starts to sound filtered. That's all fucking mixing is cut the lows out of shit that doesn't need the lows. In this case, we have a sub layer, so that's why. And you just cut that low until it starts to sound like it's filtered. Really, you'll notice it. And that's where it's supposed to go. And then bring it back a smidge. I boosted this frequency at 3.54 kilohertz, 3,540 kilohertz. I'm guessing that's what it is. And then at this one at 9.49. And to top it off, I have another EQ. Now this is where we've tried multiple different ways to get that spread. Parker recommended that we duplicate it. Right? You could duplicate the same channel.
Yeah.
And you could make one on the left to like 50 and then one on the right to 50 or 45 or whatever, the pan 100%. And that'll work sometimes for getting width, but it just wasn't.
Yeah, we tried detuning one side as well.
Oh yeah, that was
just to make it like two different basses, just like slightly. That didn't really work. It was phasey, right?
Yeah, it was like phasey.
It was going in and out.
It can get phasey. I think if like maybe
it was probably the hyper dimension was maybe like
two
going
hyper
through
dimensions of the same thing.
Yeah. But that didn't work. But we went to do some mid-side.
We did some mid-side.
And it definitely worked.
Yeah, and it kind of just, with this, you can just enable, and most EQs have this. You can use Fab Filter, Pro Q, it has it. And I think, I'm pretty sure stock, I think Logic has it too. But essentially what I'm doing is I am boosting this frequency on the sides. And by the sides, we mean like the left and the right, essentially the stereo image field. I don't know about math, so I'm not going to try to explain it. But if you hit this mode right here, you can go to mid-side EQ. This is going to boost it at 658 hertz right here on the sides.
Yeah, that's usually where the mess is too.
Right, and it sounded, but if it was a bass, we're usually doing this on the chord. We're usually just going to the top end, but it sounded really good there.
Yeah,
so that's funny.
I agree.
It's a funny comment. And then we kind of dipped the lows out here, just kind of like a big dip bell curve. At 98.4, and Q was at 0.71 if you want to be exact. And then I went ahead and enabled the mids, and I just cut the lows out of the mids, which is usually where they sit. But I was just kind of feeling like we had this sub bass, and I just really wanted this to be just a little bit wider.
For the sub bass for sure.
Yeah, and it sounds like this. So listen to this. Oops. Right centered, right, which sounds good, but we have a sub bass for that. There's too much distortion to put an actual sub into this sound. It has to be separated. And that really brought it to our ears. If you have headphones, you can really tell what I'm talking about. And then lastly, I just added a glue compressor just to kind of put it all back together. Attack, because there's a lot of distortion happening. It's just going all over the place. Different frequency bands are being distortion. So I used the glue just to kind of tame everything back down.
Put a lid on it.
Put a lid on it. You can use any compressor if you want. Attack is at, again, this one, actually, no, this one's made by Cytomic, but I think Softtube has a glue compressor too. They're a good plugin company.
Yeah, Softtube is really good.
Send us some free shit.
Yep.
Shout out Native Instruments too for sending us some free
swag.
Shit. Yeah, send us free stuff.
Yeah, everybody
send us free stuff. We give you free stuff. Okay, attack is at 3 on this. I don't know what it is, like 3 milliseconds on the glue compressor. Releases at 4, ratios at 4, threshold at minus 28.9, makeup's at 13 dB, soft clip on, and dry wet at 100%. It's a really heavily compressed. That's why the threshold's so high. Just kind of tightens it up a bit. It sounds like this in the mix. And that's how you make that sound. I'm going to go ahead and continue going on a couple of the things, but if you guys wanted to learn those specific things, Go ahead, take your stuff, leave. I hope you had a good time. If you can, check out our website. We have tons of free downloads. Go get it. Go get Cartel right now. It's on sale. It's $49.99. It's on
never
sale.
been this cheap, ever.
Cartel Volume 2 will be coming out, and we will announce pre-sale probably in the next week or so. Another bunch of big announcements that will be happening very, 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 very fucking soon. A lot of big shit happening. So, yeah, go ahead and pick up those things or pick up some free stuff on our website. We have tons of stuff for you guys. I'm going to just go ahead and just kind of riff a little bit about a couple little extra things that I did here so you guys can have some
nugs of nodge.
Some nugs of nodge. You guys want to stay and smoke some nodge with us, dude?
Yeah.
Hang out. Other than that, if you guys want this project file, make sure you guys go get it at the Patreon. So let's go ahead and get into the sub bass that's happening here. I made it, and I'm not going to really go over it because it's pretty much just a sine wave with distortion. But this sub bass is just sound. I bounced it because I wanted to mess with the fades. It's literally just, like I said, a sine wave with diode, right? That's all it really is. This is really adding a lot in the mix as far as the sub with the bass that we just taught you guys how to make, which I lost. Oh, it's right here. And the other thing too is I EQ'd just the mids. So I had the mids, again, the mid side EQ, and I high cut all of it because there's a lot of distortion in it. I just wanted a little bit. And I've heard too that you want to get this W, which is the 3 main frequencies in sub. Like I heard somebody say that, and I was like, oh, that's kind of
W.
Little, yeah, like a little nice little visual thing. I don't necessarily say like to live by it, but it does make sense if you have those 3 frequencies.
The harmonics.
Yeah, the harmonics kind of really showing. And by harmonics, I'm talking about. Wait, I can open this up.
Arrow.
Yeah. By the harmonics, I'm talking about these guys. Those 3 main ones, if they're showing you, it means you probably got a decently good sub. Okay, so moving on, we have another bass here, which I'm not going to go into. I'm going to go into the chords just real quick. I'm not going to show you how to make them, but just kind of show you what's kind of happening here. What's really cool about these chords is they're very like future bassy style chords. Just a lot of processing. Nothing really crazy though, just like reverb, OTT, low cut. But these ones were kind of made with the reverb filter to kind of make them a little bit more metallic. The preset itself was pretty good, and that will be included in the Patreon. It sounds like this. And I'm using the LFO in SERUM to kind of create its own, like instead of going like this, like a normal future bass, I kind of have it up more like a side chain, like a really heavy side chain. So you can do a lot of
more space.
Stuff. Yeah. And then also too, the big part about this was the noise in the actual chords itself, which was this. It's just white noise. We just layered it on top. If you listen to the original, it's like very like very white noisy. And I usually stay away from white noise, but you know, I mean, it's really good to add, obviously, for your chords. I just can never find it dialed in, but it sounded really good here.
Yeah, it's really low too, so it kind of adds a nice flavor to the reverb filter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's a really good comment. I really think that like noise is something that can be used as like a flavor, but it's like if there's too much salt, it's gonna be like it's too salty. So be sparing with it. I think when it comes with noise, I don't know if that's same thing with reverb too. I can always use reverb. Sounds good on everything.
Yeah.
It's like hot sauce, but reverb
gotta tame it.
Can really wetten up your mix, and all of a sudden you're eating hot sauce or you're eating reverb, dude.
Yeah, nobody really likes reverb now.
No, dude, fuck reverb.
Nobody uses reverb.
I put reverb on the sub.
Yeah.
We actually kind of did.
We did.
For the build. But yeah, that's because it was a washout. But anyway, I hope you guys learned something. Again, my name is Danny. This is Parker. We are Excellent Sound. Make sure you guys go grab that stuff in the download description below. If you guys could give us a subscription, that would really help us out a lot. Sub to our channel. I hate to fucking ask for it because I sound like a fucking idiot. But we need subs. Got to get the word out there.
Yeah, we love you guys.
Tag Dillon Francis. Tag Alison Wonderland.
Exactly.
Go give them some love. Go listen to their song. Buy their merch. I did get
This is a fat hybrid trap song.
It's a fat hybrid trap song. Look forward to Cartel Volume 2. The pre-sale will be out. If this video comes out, like if you're watching this video and it's like 3 months later, I'm sure we'll probably have the
It'll already be out.
It'll already be out, yeah. But the purchase pre-order thing will be in the description or something. I will figure it out. Again, go check out our Patreon. If you guys want to support us a little bit more, we really appreciate that. Even if you just watch our video, we really appreciate you guys because you guys are really helping us be able to do this more.
Yeah, we're super thankful for you guys. We made a really cool community.
Yeah, an amazing community.
Yeah.
Another thing I think we could talk about real quick, too, is we got lessons on our website. Those are filling up really fast.
Super quick, you guys.
We're kind of running out of time, so we might be adding. We're gonna add some more.
Yeah,
helpers.
we got some new stuff coming with the lessons. So be on the lookout.
Be on the lookout for that. What else we got? Oh yeah, if you guys need mixing, mastering needs, you can go ahead and email us at info@XLNTSOUND. All business inquiries. If you need production, we do producing too. What else, Parker? Sound design.
Yeah, if you're in LA and you need a studio, come on through.
Exactly. Excellent
Hit us
Studios.
up. Yep.
Hit us up. There's a lot of stuff on our Patreon where we have like tiers for like mastering too. So if you want us to master your track, there's a tier for that, and you can do it for 1 month and then like cancel if you want. And there's stuff where we've doing specifically designed presets for you.
Yep.
That's another thing. Anyway, I'm done trying to sell a bunch of shit. Thank you guys so much. Again, if you can, what did we say to comment in the comments? Comment your favorite
SERUM wavetable.
Yeah, triangle wave. Done.
Stock.
Yeah, stock. We'll see you guys in the next one. Let's go ahead and listen to this on the way out.
Let's do it.
Shout out to Baker in the back for always making the best edits while doing live stream. She's the one making all the sounds and running the live stream.
Hell yeah.
Baker.
Let's do it.
Hashtag bakes. We'll see you guys next time. Let's go and play this out. Oh, I had that great intro. Gotta let it play for a little bit.
Nice and emotional.
I'm super emotional, dude. We'll see you guys next time. Love ya.